Everybody beat it.
Well, are we time? Is it time for our Starfield segment?
Yeah, I was ready for Starfield.
Light into them.
Well, I actually, when we first talked about it, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I'm down to like a 5 right now. I mean,
it's only been like 3 weeks.
I know, but what they did was there's no end game.
Right.
Yeah.
There's
that scene looked kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, the issue was I can't have him talking in my ear when I'm trying to talk.
What? Why is he so loud for you?
I can't have him talking in my ear when I'm trying to talk.
Okay, it's just playing.
But there's no end game on it because when they came out, they wanted everybody to do end game plus, and that was the goal. The goal was to get you through multiple end game pluses.
Mm-hmm.
To get you up 10. I think 10's like the highest you can go.
See, I've never played end game or new game plus at all.
Right. I've only done it once.
In any game.
Any game.
Oh gosh.
I did it once just to see what the starboard thing is. It was such a letdown because you come back, you have a nice suit, and you have a ship that sucks, and that's pretty much it. You have different little dialogue things.
You pretty well lose everything that
you lose everything.
Worked the game for.
Yeah. Now you don't lose your powers, but you have to go back and you reacquire your. You go back to the same temples, get the powers again, but it's your power now. It's power times 2, so it's a little bit more powerful. But and so that's what they did. They put all their stock in everybody playing in game plus, and then when you actually got when the statistics came out, it was like out of all these millions of people who had played it, the people who actually went to New Game Plus and did the starboard was at like 1.7%.
Yeah. Which you'd think they would know because there's a lot of games, and Steam does a good job of keeping track of all this stuff, but there's a lot of games you watch that you play, and you can do it on Xbox too where you get an achievement. You get an achievement, and the first couple of achievements you get, it'll say like 99% of players got, 98% of players got, and then by the time you get halfway through the achievements, there's like 7%. And you get to the final achievements, if you're trying to 100% the game, you get down there and it's like 0.001% of the players have earned this, and it's like,
yeah.
So they know,
and that's been
a
happening.
majority of people are not playing these games to the end. A lot of guys, and I'm guilty of it myself, buys a game, comes out, I play it. Oh, another game came out. I kind of rather play that game instead, and I'll put it down and go to the next game, or I just might say I'm kind of done with video games right now, and see that's the way I am. I've got my Steam library is 20 plus games I've not played yet.
I play one game at a time and wear it out, and then I go to another one.
But see, there's not many people do that. I think more people do what I do, where they play it, a new game comes out, and they're like, oh, I'll play it later. And they put it off to the side, and they start the new game. And that's why I'm surprised that they don't see these stats and go, well, nobody's going to go to new game. A majority of people won't go to New Game Plus.
Right.
So,
but once you build, you spend 10 years building the game all around New Game Plus, and all of a sudden, like, nobody's doing it.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I think they really had a lot higher hopes. I think they thought the turnout was just going to be, boom, everybody's just going to play it,
and everybody's going to become starborn as soon as they possibly can.
That's what they thought.
I said it a few weeks ago. You guys didn't agree with me. Gamers don't like video games anymore. They never do.
Yeah,
they never do.
That's true.
Every expectation that's been built the last 4 or 5 years has failed. The gamers never like anything. You can't tell me one game that came out in the last 5 years that everybody loved.
Elden Ring.
They didn't though. They complained about it so much.
Elden
They
Ring.
complained about performance.
Yeah, but as far as the online community, nobody bashed on Elden Ring.
No, but
well, it's not really an online game.
If they did, it was not very many people.
I'm not a Dark Souls type player, so it's just.
But I mean, Elden Ring was very well.
And I think the supposed multiplayer they put in that game was completely broken and way too hard to use.
I don't think it was broken.
It was bad.
I think it was the way they designed it.
And
that was the way Dark Souls games have always worked. Like that was just the way it was.
Yeah,
now,
but they had an opportunity to take a Dark Souls game and make it fun for a pair.
They did, but they weren't.
And it didn't.
That's just not the way that game's made. You know what I mean? Like the developers weren't going to do that.
I'm so worried about the new Mass Effect coming out because they're just going to absolutely destroy it when it comes out.
Once again, I didn't hate Andromeda. I didn't
either.
Andromeda was a good game. It was to me. It was a 6.5, 7 out of 10. It was a decent game.
I agree. Yeah.
I hated the community for ruining my chances of DLC on that game.
That is true. Well, but here's the thing.
And Anthem,
we
killed
say
Anthem
that.
too.
Yeah.
We say that. But then we turn around and you see games that were universally hated on that brought it back up. You look at
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Cyberpunk.
Look at Cyberpunk, Fallout 76.
Yeah.
People crapped all. I was one of them because it didn't run. It was garbage. They've brought that game back out of the gutter. It's too late now because
They just updated it again.
Yeah, Skyrim. But like I said, there was Skyrim completely busted on release.
Yeah.
Completely busted. But they fixed it. So yes, you could use that as an excuse, saying, "Well, we got bad reviews. We're just going to stop on it." But sometimes that doesn't happen. I think it's the developers when they make the game, they have a plan. Here's what we're going to do with this game. I think they've already decided what they're going to do when the game comes out. Regardless of what happens. Now, granted, they need to probably hit their budget marks.
Right.
But you can't tell me Andromeda didn't make a crap ton of money. Because it did. I think they were just like, it's not the Mass Effect we want.
Starfield has to get Creation Club in there as soon as possible.
Oh, that does nothing for me.
Oh, I do. I love mods.
Yeah.
Mod changes the entire game.
Yeah. Especially once you've been through the game and done everything, and there's nothing else to do because there's no end game.
That's just that same complex that I complain about all the time. I would rather play the game the way the developer made it, and if they made it in a way I don't like it, then I won't play it. I don't want to come in and change
But here's
it.
the thing. If you love a game so
Bethesda
much,
makes a sandbox that everybody can build stuff in. That's what they do.
Yeah, if you love a game so much,
and if it's Creation Club like it's intended to create new side content, fine. If it's changing the way the game works, I'm not interested.
Oh, but
really?
Oh, they got mods where they make.
Like UI updates and stuff. Oh, it's so much better.
Oh, they're already doing the Star Wars stuff. They make everybody in Jemison.
See, I hate it.
Now, see,
Stormtroopers.
if I could download a Starfield thing that made like Stormtroopers and
there.
made me Darth Vader,
It's already out.
I might do that.
It's already out.
I'll play as Darth Vader, run around killing people with a lightsaber.
Yep.
Down.
All right, middle of March then. They
Middle
give
of
you
March.
DLC.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know if that's really happening. I'm just making up.
Shattered Skies.
I'm
is
just making up
updated
something. And because the game's diminishing, it's free. Do you jump back in?
Yeah.
See?
Would you?
That
pay
makes it
for
better than a 5.
Starfield DLC.
That's a good question. Would you buy
Yes.
Let's say it's
100%.
$30.
something in March?
100%. Yeah.
Would you buy a $60 DLC?
No.
But,
But like a
think
normal
about this.
$30.
The game was announced with no DLC in mind.
Yes.
And we played it for free, but you could have bought the game for $60.
Right.
Would you pay $30 less than 6 months later for something new?
I don't think they'll do that. They better not. If he wants to live.
I mean,
to
though,
see
if
it
you're on
tomorrow.
Game Pass,
I'm already paying for it.
And it may be that it's free on Game Pass, right? So it doesn't
I don't
matter.
know. Game Pass doesn't do DLCs usually. Usually, you want that crap you're paying for.
No, that's what they end up giving you. They end up giving you the DLCs and not the base game. So you have to go back and buy the game.
Well, they did. No, they did that with Skyrim.
yeah.
When they do
They
Creation
did that with
Club, they'll do a
Skyrim.
special edition,
Yes. Yeah.
and it'll be the special edition with Creation Club.
Yeah. You'll have to get the special
They'll
edition.
make you do that.
See,
I'm
and I
already
won't care
prepared
about
my heart for that.
Yeah.
That's coming.
No, I won't care about that.
But you know what? I bought I bought Skyrim 15 times. They're gonna try sell. They're gonna try to sell you that 15
That's exactly
times.
what.
This is what they do.
I mean, this is. You don't sit around 10 years, put a game together, and not have like a 20-year plan.
That's what I'm
for
saying.
It's going to be.
They've either got a plan or they don't. I
Oh,
think
gosh,
that's the way
if they
these,
don't have a plan.
I think that's the way these
This
games
is-
are set up.
This is Anthem level if they don't have a plan.
Because I mean, in every games like Cyberpunk they could have just been like, okay, it's over,
Yeah.
But they spent the time to get.
No, I'm going to say the same thing again then. What if they did have a plan for Starfield and the gamers' criticism of it have changed their plan?
Well, yeah, you're right. And
That's
they
possible.
and they do like Anthem. They like BioWare did with Anthem and just said, well, we're not doing anything for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a sneaking suspicion that Anthem was a money grab. It was EA anyway. They're
EA's
Terrible
hard.
people.
EA's ruined.
I think Anthem came out exactly how they intended because it played well. It was a great
It was a
playing
great game.
It didn't lock up. It didn't,
The very first, the campaign and all that stuff was great.
I don't think they ever had any intention of doing anything different. They can say what they want. It was a money grab. They're
No,
like, hey, we're
we
gonna
had
throw
a
this
good
out
time
there.
for a month.
Huh?
We
had a
really
blast-
enjoyed
we had
that
a
game.
blast
We
playing
did.
it, yeah.
But after that month,
I got to be a flying warlock. I mean, it was awesome.
It was garbage after that, though. Like, there was nothing to do. I think that was their plan. I think with a lot of these games, that's their plan.
That's
They
the
come
first-
out and they go, money grab.
That was the first and last game I ever played as like a rogue
Really?
type. I usually play, the wizard or the tank, and that was so much fun playing a little speed guy in Anthem.
Oh, that's right. You played the little dude.
I played the
I
little
played
dude.
tank.
I played.
Yeah.
You played tank.
Yeah,
I
I
was
played
in the
tank. I
sky.
played the big old boy.
and loved it. The gameplay in Anthem was as close to perfect as you could get.
The story
It
was
was.
dumb. The
The
story was dumb.
The story was dumb, and
The end game was
there's no end
non-existent.
There was nothing to do.
and the missions themselves were very repetitive.
Absolutely.
But
Not. And
it didn't feel that way because you got to fly like Iron Man.
it was awesome.
It was fun to go to the next mission that you were going to do the exact same thing you just did.
Yeah.
But
it
you flew
felt,
there.
It felt good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. And it was fun.
and the other thing about it, they had all the physics down. Like when you landed in that suit, you felt like it was weighted. You know what I mean? Like
it
clunk,
was.
and just everything was so great about that game.
But then the critical community got a hold of it
Mm-hmm.
and just absolutely tore a new one, and they just gave up on it.
or did that's their original intention?
I don't
It's
know.
EA. Just remember.
EA put a
Yeah.
lot of money into it. They sponsored. They created a whole. I don't remember what they called it. An affiliate program with a bunch of streamers. They paid a lot of people to play it early. Flew them out to let them see beta areas, and then when the game launched, there was a whole crew of people on Twitch just like, this is our game. And you know they were paid to do that, and it lasted about 3
It was their
weeks.
game for a week
Yeah.
until they stopped paying them. They're like, this game sucks.
Yeah.
Which, once again,
That's what I'm saying. They spent a lot of money on it.
but once again, were their criticisms wrong? Were the criticisms of that game wrong? Because when it first came out, everybody loved it. It got high scores.
Yeah.
I mean, you could
I
check the
think
scores. The problem was, after a week, it was like, okay, now what? EA was like, oh, you have to wait 6 months or whatever for.
But the issue was, it used to be people were playing video games. They had jobs. Now their job is to play a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
they
they get
finish
their
them in a
stuff
week.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they can go, well, this game's garbage. There's nothing
Yeah, there's
here.
no end game.
Yeah.
Anthem
put-
was.
I
Finish
put-
it in a week.
I put 2,000 hours into it in a week,
Right.
but, you
Exactly.
know.
I
it's
put 100
garbage.
hours in it already
Yeah.
by Friday.
Yeah.
You're either going to agree 1,000% or disagree 1,000% here. Anthem was the fault of a Destiny simplex.
Oh yeah, they were trying to be the Destiny.
They were trying to be the shared world,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That they
updated
were.
every week.
That they
and
were.
whether you like Destiny or not, nobody does that better than them.
No,
No.
they don't. That 100%.
And everybody knows
they
that.
they could make you play the same mission you played last week, and people would show up to do it.
Yeah.
It's some sort of mind control.
It is.
I-
Yeah.
It is.
But the
and
game
they've done it like no other company
The
has.
gameplay is fluid.
Yeah.
The gunplay is fantastic.
It's the best.
The loot drops were good.
Yeah.
You felt like you were progressing when you played that game.
You're talking about Destiny.
I am.
Weapon mechanics still hands down the best this world's
I
ever seen.
hate with a passion the story.
Yeah.
Especially for the first Destiny.
I couldn't tell you.
Here's
the
this
story.
ball in the sky.
Oh,
What
wait-
is it? We
Wait
don't
till-
know.
Wait till you see what's happening with that ball.
I hope
I can't tell
I
you
hope
the
it's
story.
an anus of some giant creature.
We
That's
are-
what the game
Yeah.
deserves.
And I'll return in June. We are going inside the travel.
inside the anus.
Yeah, inside the
Oh,
traveler.
they're going inside the
Oh.
monster anus.
We shot a big hole in it.
And the
What
anus.
is it about big balls? I don't know what it is.
There's a game about balls, and now there's a game about you're going in an anus.
I
don't
know.
what
There's
this
some
is
kind
all
of
about.
Freudian thing going on there with all this.
It's getting weird.
Like I said, I'll be back in June for the game for
Destiny?
probably a month, probably.
Oh, I'll probably play it again because
I
there's
know
nothing
you
else
will.
out there.
I'll buy it
Will.
for you to make sure you do.
I'm a
because there's
hater.
probably nothing out there.
I'm a hater. I'm not gonna play it.
Oh, by the way,
but the things
I'm
you
a
just
hater.
I
said.
played Forza, ran 2 races, and quit.